Growing up, what was some of your bigger influences in music?
But, you know, crazy. Look, there's a couple times I listened to, like, Style album, Chronic album. But I was also fucking with Nas too. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with that Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? Then when he dropped the Stillmatic, that's actually one of my favorite albums. That and that Nostradamus. But and then I started messing with people like, doing our Twister. But my thing was I was big on beats. As a kid, I had boards, but I had the 1 track, 2 track boards. You know what I mean? Mommy gets you, the cheap board, and I would just fuck with them. And I always felt like, you know what I'm saying? I was that nigga on that board, so start making loops. So I learned how to do loops, and it was like natural in my head. Like I hear where stop and start over right there. And I started doing that. And next thing I know, I got a bigger track board and start adding more tracks. So now we start having, whole beats. And I started learning about placement, you know what I mean? And, time and what things come in at the breakdowns, you know. So back then I was listening to people like, I would listen to Dre for his production, for the West, you know what I'm saying? Daz, you know what I'm saying? And then I would listen to DJ Quick, and then for the East, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, who for the East, I would say production wise. Scott Storch, what's my guy named Swiss Beats, you know what I'm saying? And then for the Midwest, it was Legendary Tracks, which he did a lot of twisted stuff and do or die. So, I would listen to, I like his sound, you know what I mean? Chamberlain's and, he's from like VA or something. But for down south, it was like DJ KLC, Beats by the Pound with No Limit, you know what I'm saying? We just stuff like that, Woody Puck back in the day. And I just came with my own sound. It's like, I know over here the hi-hats was big, you know what I'm saying? I know over here, you know what I'm saying, the bass line of 808s, we were using that a lot. Over here it was like unorthodox, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their own style, their own flavor when it came together. Like back in the day, you had Wu-Tang. And I remember the Wu-Tang Clan album, 36 Chambers, that was slap. You had Ghostface and Raekwon and Raekwon and what's my name? Style Prince and Jizza. You know what I mean? How they made it up. They all in the Liquid Swords album and all that. I started getting on all that. And I started listening to it. I was like, damn, I started listening to what they were saying. I was, damn, you got to break down what they're saying. So I started writing based off that. My production was based off all those producers I named. And then my style of writing came from me wanting to be different. So I would take, okay, he talking deep over here, he talking swaggy over here, he talking, and I would just do my own thing and just start coming natural like that. So, that's where my influence really came from, was really all four corners, bro, because I really love all music, you know what I'm saying? But I'm Western out. But if you notice, my sound's a little different, and that's why.